what's up, YouTube? It's XC. Here to talk to you again about McCain and Palin. Some new things coming up. So I wanted to hit on that real quick. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so we have John McCain now. As you all know, he's been running a very dirty campaign. And the day before yesterday, in a rally, he was forced by either himself or his campaign managers or whoever to actually finally defend it and stop condoning the violent activity that he has been condoning for a week and his running mate. I actually posted, I made a video about his tactics and comparing it to George Wallace, the 1960s segregationalist. And I didn't post it, but I did, however, hear and read a report of Georgia Democrat Congressman John Lewis, who actually made the same comparison. I was very, very shocked to hear that. What George Wallace basically did the same thing John McCain is doing, and he spoke in a way that instilled fear into people, students, and parents. That basically he didn't want African Americans in his school or around, anywhere. He was just not for the integration. And it's pretty much the same thing as what McCain is doing. He's instilling fear into the independent voters so that they will be afraid of Barack Obama and not vote for him. It's pretty much the same thing. It's very parallel. I wasn't making a comparison to say that he was a racist. I was making the comparison to basically point out that when you instill fear, when you tap into someone's emotions, it can get very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And he is now, I don't know if he saw it himself, he came to epiphany himself, but now he's trying to defend the name that he has been himself tearing down. And I find it funny, that, you having to eat your own words. But it was really funny when he made that the whole speech of how decent of a person Barack Obama is. It was just, I couldn't really say it was sincere, simply because after he said it, all of his supporters were pissed. And I really can't blame them, because if you're going for a candidate who has been running a dirty campaign and you're banking on that candidate continuing that dirty campaign, once he turns around, hey. And I mean, it really just went to show that America, it should have shown America that, you can't really, run a dirty campaign and expect, no one to really think about it. I mean, and it was a really nasty campaign. It was getting downright nasty, downright dangerous for the most part. And I just find that odd that, he lost. I'm pretty sure he lost some supporters when he defended Barack Obama's name. Not only are you losing supporters because your campaign is rough, you're running this horrible attack, this rough campaign, you're losing supporters because of that. And then on the other side, you're losing supporters because you're now coming to the light that you shouldn't condone this type of activity. And that can get rough. I mean, you're already down in the polls, and that's just not what they're looking for. But your supporters, who you and your running mate Sarah Palin have evoked and spoke to and got that fear deep inside them that they probably already had, but you intensified it. That's what they want now. And for you to turn around, they get mad. So I can't really say it was sincere, because you did it for a solid week. You heard the different remarks coming out of the crowd. I know you did, simply because watching one of your rallies, watching one of the John McCain rallies, I actually saw him when the guy yelled terrorists. John McCain stopped. He hesitated and looked. His eyes shifted. It was just like this. This whole movie was just like this. But, and then you continue talking just to see if anybody else heard it. Which, you made it obvious that you heard it, John. And you didn't say anything. So, it's wow. But then he gets all offended, that John Lewis said that. And, hey, I wish I would have posted the video before he got the chance to say it. But I just find that very funny about John McCain. Eating your own words. That's great, huh? So we have Sarah Palin, and the results of Troopergate came back, and it really did confirm that she did abuse her power in firing Walter Monaghan. But there was in the Alaskan legislature, I don't know if it's just Alaska or if it's statewide, but a governor can fire a state official with a reason or without a reason. But the issue lied where she allowed her husband, Todd Palin, to come and use the governor's office for personal business. You can't mix the two. That's an ethical violation. And violating the ethical law is violating the criminal law. I don't know if it's, like we said, just Alaska, but in Alaska, if you violate the ethical law as a state official, you have violated the criminal law. It's going to be very interesting to see where it all goes as far as whether she will be impeached or whether she's just going to get a slap on the wrist or, I mean, the hand. No, she's not going to jail. But, I mean, it's going to be very interesting as that unfolds. But my issue with Troopergate, and I've done a lot of reading on it, and it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I would actually like my own copy of the 300-page report just to read it, because it's a very interesting investigation. But what I found interesting is how she defended herself. At first, like when it first began, I'll cooperate, I have nothing to hide. Let's go with the investigation. I want them to go ahead with the investigation. But when she realized there was actual investigation going on, she changed her mind. And that in itself is, you know, showing that she did indeed have something to hide. You know, but isn't it John McCain and Palin talking about Barack Obama having having a lot to hide? But anyway, that's not my point. I just want to bring that up. You know, so she was going to cooperate, and then as the the investigation was actually closing, they were trying to make the argument of, well, Mr. Branchflyer's investigation is null and void. His results are null and void because he never interviewed or subpoenaed Sarah Palin. Well, the reason is the subpoena. They said that it would actually be very rude, very disrespectful, being that she was a VP candidate, to subpoena her on the campaign trail. But he did. He was flown. The Alaska legislator paid for him to be flown to her to give an interview, but she would not cooperate, and now then they try to make that argument. So that's null and void because you yourself had the opportunity, you just didn't want to. And then now she's saying that it was a partisan thing and it had something to do with Barack Obama and the DNC. When naturally, the facts say Alaska's legislature is made up of 12 people, 8 Republicans and 4 Democrats. So if it was partisan, the majority being the Republicans, it would have to be Republicans. So it's really funny how you try to defend things, but you know it just doesn't add up. And that's pretty much what's happening with both John McCain and Sarah Palin. And I find it very interesting that now they're actually, you know, that karma is killing them. It's killing them. Karma won't give them a break, nothing. But I think that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Please comment, send me messages, tell me what you think. If you want me to look into something and post a video about something, I'll be more than happy to. I love politics. It's very interesting. I can talk about it all day. But like I said, is there any topics that you would like to hear about, or if you disagree on everything I just said, comment if you agree. I would enjoy a positive comment every now and then. I don't get many of those, but hey, it is what it is, and I'm just doing what I do. So, X's out.